Thank you for joining us at Beer Fish Fanatics. And this episode is actually brought to you by Whisker Secret Tackle.
So make sure you guys go to whiskersecret.com for all your catfishing gear.
Enjoy the episode, guys. This episode is brought to you by Kalona Brewing Company. If you live in Eastern Iowa, make sure to swing by Kalona Brewing Company's tap room. Amazing food and amazing craft beer. If you live in Central Iowa or in the Midwest, swing by your local supermarket and see if they carry the Kalona Brewing Company line of beer. And also swing by your local restaurants, local bars, see if they have Kalona Brewing Companies on tap. If not, make sure you guys request it. I kid you not, you won't regret that. Other than that, enjoy this episode, guys. And I'm going to try this, Kit, so FYI, wish me luck.
Was that a seltzer?
Yes, sir. So we'll see. We'll see how we do.
Seltzer with ice?
It's like a margarita seltzer thing, so I figured.
Oh, man. Speaking of margaritas, I had a margarita last night, and I don't know. I don't think I sit right with margaritas because it hit me hard, but not in a drunk kind of way, but made me feel weird. Like my body felt weird. It happened last time, too. I had a margarita, but it didn't hit me as hard as this one. I turned super red. It was weird. I don't know. I think I had some kind of reaction to it or something because I only drank half a margarita, and it hit me hard. Not like I was drunk, hit me hard, but like I had some kind of reaction or something.
All right, ladies, there you guys go. You guys want to take advantage of Fishing Kit? All you need to do is get him some margaritas. So
yeah, maybe drive me to the hospital afterwards too.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the episode of Beer Fish Fanatics. This is Grandy with Mop Pop Fishing. We got
allergic to margarita Kit over here.
All right. Cheers to Fishing Kit. I'm not drinking a beer today because as I was talking to a Fishing Kit, we'll explain why I'm not drinking a beer today due to my trip to Denver, and we'll get into the gist of it. So, cheers. What do you got, man? I'm drinking a seltzer, obviously.
What kind of seltzer?
Margarita seltzer. It's like a Rita, I think. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. That's why I brought up the margarita thing, because it hit me. I don't know. It hit me weird yesterday. But anyways, I have a Kalona Brewing Company beer. It is the Sheer Madness, a dark wheat American ale. I don't think I've ever had this before. It is the middle of summer, and I'm drinking a dark beer.
Nothing wrong with that. Cheers, man.
Cheers. Cheers, Mr. Gout.
There we go. Yep, he just broke the news, guys. I got gout. I went to Denver, and we'll jump into it. F it, man. I ended up getting gout on my first day there in Denver. It wasn't even me splurging in Denver. It was technically because it was my birthday week, and I think I splurged before. So I think that added to the compounding events of me getting my first gout attack in my whole life. I think it's hereditary. My father had it. My grandfather had it. 42 odd years, I've dodged the bullet, and it caught up to me when I was with my brother-in-law drinking a couple beers. When I got there in Denver, and then I was like, ooh, my foot hurts. I think it might be something. I think I sprained my foot. It's one of those things, and my brother-in-law said, yeah, you might have sprained it. Here's another beer for you. And then next thing you know, a couple beers in, he looked at my foot. Ooh, that might be gout. So shout out to my brother-in-law Kim. Thank you, sir. It was officially gout, I believe.
Yeah.
And
he would know. He would know.
He's the gout. So all my in-laws have gout too. So if you guys are wondering, every single one of my brother-in-laws have gout. They saw it and they're like, "Yep. Welcome to it was like a real welcome to the family, like that you're the true gout man now." So I was like, I was part of them now. I was limping all day. I didn't hit no breweries. I didn't get a chance to fly fish. That was my goal. I was actually going to Denver. I took my fly rod. I was super excited. I was like, all right, I'm just going to sneak out a little bit and see if I can fly fish. And that shit didn't happen because I couldn't even walk for literally 5 days, guys. So, and gout, when because my wife asked me, because I had back issues before, and she's like, so how's this versus your back pain? I was like, man, it's one of those things where, man, I don't know if I'd even wish it on my worst enemy. It's pretty rough, kid. I mean, it's like it. I mean, granted, it's the pain. Pain is horrendous. It sucks, and it's not deadly, but damn it, I freaking felt like just chop off my foot at times. It was one of those times.
So, explain what gout is for those people that don't know.
So for people who don't know, what gout is, it's a increase of your uric acid intake. Well, because your body secretes it, I think it's your kidneys filters the uric acid and gets rid of it and all that stuff. When you get to a certain, I don't know, it's everything from heredity. You inherit it from your parents, and then on top of that, it goes into your joints. If you don't excrete the uric acid, it becomes like crystals, and everything from hydration to the food you eat to everything compounds, and then obviously weight. It's just everything. It's a compound of everything. If you eat like what do they call it? I think it's like the king's disease. Is it the king's something?
Yeah, they call it like the king's disease. It means you're eating and drinking too good, Gourds.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I'll be upfront with everybody. Like, I'm not denying it. My wife, she shout out to her. She don't listen to this shit anyways, but she spoiled the crap out of me, guys. It was like my birthday week. She made some of the most amazing beef dishes. So I had bumboe. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. It's a beef entrenched soup. So it was real hardcore. And then I had steaks. My sister made lamb chops for me, and then we went there and I had In-N-Out and Denver, and then I had more cooking from my in-law parents and more beef, and then once you get compound all that, and then I had beer. Obviously, my birthday week, I was consuming some good beverages. Alcohol is not a good thing in regards to gout, especially beer. So you guys know this is Beer Fish Fanatics. We're not changing it, damn it, all right? Because my brother-in-law said we might have to change it to SFF, Seltzer Fish Fanatics. That shit ain't happening, FYI. I don't care. If I get gout from drinking a beer doing this podcast, I will suck it up for all our listeners, Kit.
Uh, I'll be able to drink beer. I don't know about you. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see if you next time you get a gout attack.
We'll see, because I'm not going to do the beer. I'm waiting until it's 100%. Seltzers, I don't know either. We're gonna see right now. This is my first time actually having a alcoholic beverage with. I mean, it's about 90% healed now. I want to say, just so everybody knows. So I've been taking a lot of stuff, ibuprofen, all that stuff to help with the inflammation. Because, like I said, the uric acid buildup, it gets crystals inside your joints, makes it swollen. Most of the times in your foot it starts with, and you can't walk. It's pure pain. Pure pain until the inflammation goes down until you secrete the uric acid. So until your body kind of filters it through, you're gonna have that pain until that happens. So I'm trying some holistic things. I'm trying some. I'm gonna have to watch my diet. In moderation. I think that's the biggest key is moderation. I overindulge for sure. So it. And it's one of those things, like I said, 42 odd years, it finally caught up to me, and then it ruined my whole trip. I didn't get to fish. I didn't even get to go to any of the local breweries. I didn't get to do anything because I was literally stuck on the couch on the bed and I had to elevate my foot. I mean, I really, it's like trying to walk on a football. Imagine your foot's a football and trying to walk on it, and it's painful as shit. And it's sharp pain, throbbing pain. You can't sleep because it feels like somebody's stabbing on your foot, and then you're trying to drink as much water as possible. So this is a crazy thing. You're trying to drink as much water to hydrate, to flush that shit out. And then when you have to go to the bathroom at night and your foot's a freaking football, imagine trying to walk like that.
That sucks, dude.
Exactly. And then I got kids. I got a kid that, a baby that's 2 years old, and then, it's crying to hell. Oh my God, it was hectic. So yeah, it was fun times, guys, but it was a fun trip, except for that shit. So, I mean, and I didn't get a fish, so go figure, man. But yeah, so stay tuned, guys. I mean, you guys are going to go on this gout journey with Mod Pot Fishing. It's going to be interesting for sure. Well, I think, like I said, my diet's changing. I might have to at least moderate my craft beer consumption. So we'll see how it goes, man.
Man, ever since you got gout, my toes and feet have been tingling, man. It's like trying to give me a sign, like you better chill out with the drinking and the was it beef mainly that causes it for most people?
Any red meat, even shellfish. Shellfish is even just as bad too. It says, what's that word? Purines? Is that how you pronounce it? Purines. Like
I have no idea.
I don't know. I think it's like impurities. Like the foods are just high in the purine. I think it's purines. I think that's the word. Purines. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that shit right. Sorry, I'm not a doctor. But shellfish, so lobster, crab, which I love, shrimp, oysters, horrible for gout people too. Craft beer and red meat. Pork, they say, is a little bit better. It still can be bad, but chicken's probably gonna be my high protein intake from now on. Eggs and protein.
What about fish?
Fish is good. Certain fish, like as long as it's not shellfish. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think
Well,
I should be okay.
shellfish isn't fish.
Yeah, it's just a different. Yeah, that's very true. So fish should be okay. So fish, chicken will probably be my more. You know what? That just means I got to fish more, kid.
I mean, just tell that to the wife.
That's all I can eat, guys. So I mean, I got to say, you know what? I'm literally, fishing for my life now because
Yeah.
I got to avoid the goutness. I like that. Nice. There
Tell the wife, like, hey, I gotta go fishing more. I can't be eating all these beef.
Yeah, and it's walking exercise to help in regards to maintain the burning of the uric acid. There you go, man. I like that shit. Yeah. So everybody, if you listen, if you got gout or you want to get gout, no, you don't want to get gout, but there you guys go. More chances for you guys to get out there and fish. A reason you got to eat more fish.
And since you're gonna be fishing more, you might as well just get a boat.
Here we go.
And you can take the family with you.
I'm working on that. I'm working on that, guys. We'll see because I still got before I can even contemplate that. I would have to move the kayak. I mean, because after this trip, I took the kayak a couple of times out before I went on a trip, but I think after this, it's so hard. I'm getting old. My back, I have a bad back. I was just like, golly, the girls didn't even really like the kayak. They're not even excited. When I talk about a boat, yeah, they get excited. So I think I can possibly sell the Boss Lady. So, but before that, I got to move the kayak first. So I'll be looking to possibly, sell that, and we'll see. We'll see what I can do, and then it might not be this year, but possibly for next year, Kit. There we go. Robo T. Other than that, I think the last episode or two, I think Fishing Kit was going on a trip too, so I wanted to talk to him a little bit about that. I know you were going up, I think up northeast-ish, right? Kind of?
Wisconsin.
That's northeast, right?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Wisconsin. All right, man.
So, we didn't have to be secretive about Wisconsin.
All right, that's true. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know the rules up there. And then like, stop telling all the 5 people to come up here, guys. So, how was your trip to Wisconsin? I think you were meeting up with Scott and everything. How did it go? How was the fishing? What'd you do, man?
Yeah, I went up to meet up the Drastics Plastics crew, Scott and the other staff guys, pro staff. It sounds so weird saying that. Like, I don't consider myself pro staff. I don't go around saying that, yeah, I pro staff for Drastic Plastic. It just sounds weird.
What is the definition of pro staff? We probably should know something like that. I don't even know either. But what is the definition of pro staff? Do you know?
Promotional staff. You just promote their product.
Makes sense. There you go.
Well, some people embrace that title. I don't know. I think it just feels weird calling myself a pro staff or anything. I guess you could say I'm pro staff for like sake fishing and stuff.
Yeah, I think you're listed on his website as pro staff guy.
It just sounds weird.
It's all right. Hey, that just means you're a not just I always thought you're professional staff. I thought that's what it meant. I think you're promotional staff. I think that makes way more sense now.
Yeah, promotional staff.
Yeah, shows my IQ, dig it. But yeah, I was like, man, you're a professional staff fisherman? Awesome. I almost thought that for some stupid reason. I can't be the only one, man. Other people probably thought that too. Maybe not. But
yeah. But anyways, back to the outing. I just met up a few of those guys. Scott, he's the owner of Drastic Plastics. He puts a couple get-togethers every year for the gang. I'll call it the gang instead of the staff, the pro staff.
All right.
This was the open water. We stayed across from some trout streams that I used to fish at a few years ago. It's right off of the Mississippi on the other side of across from Iowa, like just basically right across the Mississippi. So that was a pretty easy drive for me to make. And granted, I was having plans of fishing for not bass, and I ended up bass fishing. When I got up there, I was like, hey, Scott said, you guys, you just, do your own thing, whatever, or you just come hang out with us. I just told him, I'm down for whatever. I'm just here for the ride, pretty much.
Hmm.
And I just hopped on his boat. I went frogging for the first time, throwing a frog
Oh,
on
nice. Okay.
lily pads and thick grass in the Mississippi pool. Um, Scott showed me how to catch bass, bowfin, pike, and when I say show me, he caught all the fish, and I was just in the back of the boat, like, man, maybe bass fishing ain't that easy.
The
And
green carp.
and when he was catching the pike and bowfin, I'm like, man, that's some cool fish, man. I wish I was catching stuff. He's like, oh no, we hate these things, blah blah. Blah. Like, I don't care. You might hate them, but I think they're cool fish. They're cooler than bass. But I have a better understanding of these bass guys now since I got to hang out with them for a weekend. They're pretty cool dudes. I mean, well, at least these group of guys are just like any other dudes that I would know, I guess.
Yeah. So,
But man,
so
I don't
you
know.
you
I don't
struggled
know.
then, huh?
Oh, hell yeah, I struggled. At first, I never went frog fishing before, and um, I don't really boat fish much, so all this was pretty dang new to me.
Gotcha.
and
Uh,
and the setups he was using, like medium heavy, 60-pound braid, 65-pound braid, like damn. But it makes sense because the stuff that we were fishing, the lily pads,
mhm.
and the grass was so thick and the water was shallow. We were probably fishing in 2 feet of water. And these pools, the lily pads, it probably went on for like a mile, like
Jeez.
way back into the bay. The water was kind of low, I think, but the water dropped and you can see how far it would normally go back, and it was just covered in lily pads everywhere. And you
Wow.
can just hear stuff. You just hear all this activity in life, fish like fish blowing up on top, seeing schools of bait go by, seeing seeing a bunch of dragonflies. There was dragonflies everywhere, and I guess that's one of the key things to look out for if you're gonna go frogging for bass is
Hmm.
dragonflies.
Why is that?
'Cause bass try to eat them.
Hmm. Okay. So just keep an eye out for dragonflies, huh?
Hmm.
In-
I hooked up a few times, but I never boated a legal bass because we did a little fishing derby.
okay.
That's another thing I never done before. That was pretty fun, even though I didn't catch a damn fish, and we didn't win because I was not clutch.
That's hey. I never heard that from Fishing Kit before. You're always clutch at the end, guy. What happened?
I know bass fishing's weird, and Scott's like, "Gee, I'll invite anybody out. If they say bass fishing's easy." I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" I was just like, "Bass fishing in this area is not easy."
There you
There's a
go.
pool in the Mississippi, but yeah, I got my ass kicked.
Interesting. You think did it make you want to bass fish more? What do you think?
I'll go bass fishing with other people, but I'm not. I didn't run home and start buying a whole bunch of frogs and I'm not gonna start bass fishing. Like, yeah, I want a bass boat now, but anyway, yeah, it was fun. It was a learning experience for sure. Maybe I'll get into bass fishing once or twice a year.
Just for the trips?
Yeah, just for the trips.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
it also helped. It didn't hurt that I got to hop on Scott's boat. He's got a pretty badass boat. We went over 70 miles per hour. It sounds ridiculous because it is.
What is the so technically boats? I mean, lakes like that or bodies of water. There's no speed limit, is there?
Certain areas there's a no wake.
Yeah. I mean, besides that, if this says if no wake, we understand that. But if there's no signs of that and there's go ahead, go at it.
Yeah,
Is it
you just
technically
wide open, go as fast as you want.
interesting? Okay.
I think we hit 73, either 73 or 78 was the
Jeez.
fastest one we went. It sounds crazy,
Uh,
but if you looked at the picture I posted, my neck was like flapping back here.
I mean, I mean, I might be a little nervous going that
Oh, I
fast,
was
I think.
hella
Okay.
nervous.
I mean, I used to be a daredevil back in the day. I think the age has caught up to me, man. Because sometimes I look at the kids doing like roller coasters and stuff. I'm like, I don't know if I can do that anymore. But speed, for some reason, as you get older, I'm telling you, for me at least, I'm just like, man, I don't know. I'm a little nervous when it goes a little bit too fast nowadays. I don't know.
Yeah, I had my bag up on the deck of the boat, and Scott was like, "Hey, you might want to put your bag down." And my bag's heavy as shit because I got all this crap in there.
Uh huh.
And we had our hats on. He's like, "Yeah, you should probably take your hat off too." Like, oh shit! Basically, just hold down and like bury the hatches or whatever the term is, where you gotta just secure everything. Because
Yeah.
man, we went flying. I was nervous. My booty hole was puckered for sure.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, you're brave, man, to take a picture while you're going that fast, dude. I'm like, shit, dude. I would have been like, knowing me, my phone would have been, phew, would have flown, and then that would have been
My
it.
my phone probably would have flew and hit me in the face. That's what I was scared of. I was holding it with two hands.
But I'm pretty sure all the bass fishermen who listen to this, like, you guys are a bunch of pussies right now. But hey, we're just slowly getting into it, so it's all good. It's all good,
Whoa,
man.
whoa, getting into it. I
Well,
think that's a stretch.
I mean, I don't mind fishing for bass. I'm not that good at it, but it's fun. I don't mind fishing for it once in a while, because I mean, obviously locally here, I can go pretty quickly to a couple ponds here and really target them a little bit. So it's kind of fun for me in that sense that at least I get the lines wet and get a chance to kind of learn them a little bit, get a little bit better, learning different techniques. So it's kind of cool in that too.
Mhm. So as far as the fishing went for everybody, it was pretty tough.
Mm,
There was three of us in this little derby on Sunday,
hmm.
and everybody had two fish in the boat.
Wow, that is tough.
Yeah, so it wasn't just us, or it wasn't just me.
All good, man. But that sounds like a good trip. I know Scott did let me know too if I had the opportunity to go. I just couldn't. I was busy with family and everything. So shout out to Scott on that. Appreciate the invite. Hopefully next time I'll be able to get a chance to get out there and you guys can teach me a thing or two and I can get a little bit better at fishing for bass too. It'd be kind of cool. Um, what else, guy?
Mississippi is really cool.
Is
Pretty.
that,
Yeah, I never fished the Mississippi before, but pretty cool body of water.
did you get a chance to catfish or anything out there?
No,
No.
basically we got there, what, Saturday,
Hmm.
mm, went fishing, hung out at night, and we went out to Destination Outdoors, this outdoor shop.
Oh yeah,
Oh, but it was pretty. They had like a Troy, the guy that runs that. He's got so much high end stuff in there. The high end Shimano's, high end Daiwas. Holy cow, this is just cool to look at, but I would never spend $500 on a reel or
Did
a
you
rod.
did you ever ask them like, okay, so why does it cost this much? Does the price justify it, and why is it so much better than? Did you get a chance to ask or anything like
I
that?
it didn't even cross my mind. I
Okay,
just well, it's the JDM stuff, like the
yeah,
Japanese. I guess they're more rare, and I don't know, just cost of production and all that stuff.
for
I don't
sure.
know. I don't really dig in too deep into that stuff, but it's a real nice shop. He's got these big bay doors in the back. He had his boat in there. We
Hmm.
pushed it out, and the bass guys were doing flipping games. If you don't know what flipping is, you kind of I don't know. You're kind of casting, but it's kind of a backhand.
Backhand flip, yeah.
And Jake, one of the guys at Drastic Plastic, he made these targets. I don't know how it worked, but basically you try to make it in a hole or don't knock something off, and basically you put money on the line. Those guys were doing. I wasn't messing around. I wasn't trying to let them steal my money because I never flipped a bait in my entire life.
I hear it. Hey, speaking of that JDM thing, so I talked to my brother-in-law. You know how me and you hate. So this is the thing. You know how we hate our rods, specific rods that have the hook holder or the jig holder on underneath the reel, right?
Yeah, underneath.
It's a Japanese thing, and I guess is it in Japan? I guess they typically actually. He was telling me he goes they don't even have freaking hook holders on the rods because a lot of them stylistically they don't like it over there. most people in Japan or even Europe, he said, they actually create. This is a crazy thing. They create add-ons as a hook holder. So he was showing me. He goes, most of these rods, these high-end rods and these JDM rods, everything in Japan and Europe and everything, they don't have hook holders. So people buy a separate thing that they designed specifically for the hook holder to put on the rod. Because I guess it's got to be a stylistic thing. Because he's like, yeah, none of them have it. It's weird. And then the ones that do
That
have it, they put it underneath the reel that me and you hate.
oh yeah, at the where the handle is at the bottom. I cannot stand that.
You hook yourself?
I don't really hook myself, but my lure or whatever keeps popping off of there all the time.
Does it?
And
Okay.
when I'm yeah, it pops off of there all the time. If you put any, I don't know, any kind of tension or if the tension gets loose, like if your rod tip bends while it's hooked down there, it just pops off.
Yeah. I'm like you said, I'm not a fan of it. I've actually grabbed, because I grabbed that spot to usually hold, to move the rod or whatever, and I hooked myself a couple times doing that. So I'm like, fudge. So
Yeah, I never had that problem, but it's annoying right there. It bugs the
agreed.
shit out of me.
Agreed. But yeah, I found that out. I guess it's just a European and Japanese thing that they usually put it underneath the reel. So go figure. I was like, whatever. High end guys. I have no idea. It's like, but what else you got, man? What fishing for us have been, well, I finally, when I got back into town, fishing kit myself, went out with Mr. Hawkeye Bass, and we struggled tremendously. We were to the Hawkeye Bassin show, I guess, because he was catching it and we were just watching him. So it was interesting because we were chasing the fish with stripes again,
Hmm.
and I think you guys went out a night or two before, right? I mean, you guys did all right. Well, better than we went when I went with y'all. But it was interesting. You guys are saying how the weather pretty much was the same, and it was just like how one day changes, right?
Yeah, so the day before me and you went, uh, the weather was pretty much the same, pretty warm, mostly sunny. It
Hmm.
was a bit more breezy the day before,
Okay.
and me and Ryan drove around the whole damn lake, and then ended up at our first spot after I feel like it was 3 hours or so. We ended up back at the first spot, and we're like, okay, we're just gonna chill here because that's usually about where we've been catching stuff.
Hmm.
Like, all right, we'll just chill here and pray that the fish show up. And then before too long, the shad started moving in because we drove around the whole lake. We didn't really notice that much shad, but when it got later and the moon came up, it was almost a full moon, and it looked like the shad were swimming towards the moon.
Hmm.
You could see them if you were looking out from the shore. It looked like schools, like waves and waves of shad were swimming towards the shore.
That's
And my theory is that they were swimming towards the moon because the moon was in that direction, and the whole lake, like you just look across the lake, you just see all these shads swimming towards the direction of the moon, and then the fish weren't too far behind.
how big were the shad? Did you get a chance to see them yet? Are they gaining size yet, or still kind
Yeah,
of
they're
small?
bigger. They're like the size of our spoons now.
Okay.
Because before when me and you went,
Yeah.
they were like not even an inch. They were tiny.
Cool. So hopefully, because you're mentioning, I think, or you and Ryan, I think you guys are saying maybe in a couple weeks, actually a month from back then, you guys are like, yep, the shad will be nice and plump, and that will be time when you're thinking the wipers, the white bass will be feeding pretty good, right? You think?
That's what we thought, but we were wrong because we barely saw anything busting bait. And then
Yeah.
when you went, we saw a couple fish at the beginning. We didn't even see any shad on the surface the whole
No.
time.
But
And then Ryan
I
ended
think,
up catching a few fish, but
yeah, but I think you mentioned, I didn't believe you. I'm like, whatever, man. Shad swim towards the moon, but you're right. The moon came up super late that the night that I went, and nothing. There was no shad movement until the sun came up. You're right, but then by that time it was so late already. Sun was down. It was super dark, so technically there was like no wipers or white bass busting at all. I don't think anything busted at night, did it, for us at that night?
And you mean when the moon came up? You
Yeah.
said when the sun came up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, when the moon came up, and that's when we started. You were like, "Hey, there's the shad," because then you're like, "Yeah," because the moon is finally up. But then by that
Yeah.
time, it was so dark. It was like,
Yeah, it was weird between the day before and the day we went,
hmm
back to back days, the moon came out, I want to say half an hour later than it did the other day.
yeah,
And that's why I don't think we caught as much fish because the shad didn't start moving in till way later. And even then they didn't go all the way to shore when it was just me and Ryan. They were staying on top, swimming all the way to shore. And yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before?
it was the day before.
And the day that you went, they were coming towards the shore, but then they would just disappear. They
Yeah,
didn't even make it to the boat.
yeah. I mean, everything that Ryan caught, I think it was like deep, right? I believe
Yep,
yeah,
off the bottom.
off the bottom. So he was. They weren't active either. They just weren't really active because he even said, well, at least what Ryan was telling us, that what he was doing was he's technically just, we were kind of just trolling, which he was just holding his rod and just kind of letting his lure and bounce off the
We weren't
bottom.
even trolling because we were
Yeah,
just
it was.
sitting there and just dragging baits on the bottom. I
Yeah,
wouldn't consider
yeah.
that trolling.
No, you're right. And next thing you know, he was like fish on every time. I'm like, gosh, dang it! I kept looking at you guys. I was the only one that got skunked, by the way. At least Kit got a freaking blind walleye, and then you
Yep.
know, I was just like, God, I couldn't even catch a. I think I got like maybe a bite, or it could have been just like could have been a snag that I thought it was a bite. I mean, in reality, I didn't catch anything that day. I didn't even get a bite. I was just like, I was long faced that night for sure. And then, this is me, praying to the gout gods. Like, you guys gave me gout. Let me catch a damn fish. And that shit didn't work.
Mm. Yeah, I missed a couple fish, and from what Ryan was saying, they were biting super, super light and yeah, the two bites that I had, they were super, super light. I think they were barely just, nipping at it,
Mm.
and they didn't get the hook. But man, it's weird. It's so weird. They should be going crazy on the shad right now, but they're not.
So hopefully in the next, I don't know. Well, I mean, we'll definitely get back out there, and hopefully we can find out, like figure them out. Actually, not even find out, figure them out a little bit. Hopefully this year. And like I said, I think we needed a secret bait. Your guys' secret bait. I think that possibly could have been the game changer.
Yeah, we might have to start dragging some secret bait on the bottom.
I agree. We'll have to try that, and we'll try that next time. Hopefully, we get a chance to get back out. Shout out to Ryan again. Thank you for inviting us. Get on the boat a little bit and get us, because I couldn't walk. I can't shore fish. I mean, today might be the first day that, like I said, my foot is close to about 90%. So I might be able to put about 90% of my weight on my foot now. So I'm hoping by the end of this weekend that I get out and fly fish and fish whatever. Still need to do that, Kit. That was my goal, to catch a wiper on my fly rod. Just speaking of that, I'm going to swing by tomorrow. I think I'm going to try and swing by Rod and Rivet and pick up some lures and some flies there. I think I spoke with Kirby out there, and he's going to hook me up at least with some specific lures that he said a lot of people saying they're having good I guess you can say good results in regards to chasing wipers with. So I'll let you know.
Pick up an extra couple for me.
For sure, we'll do, man. I'll swing by out there, and then, like I said, guys, I'm really okay. You gotta get your fly rod out. Come on, man. We gotta do this. We gotta do like a fly rod competition. I might have a chance against you then, because you don't fly fish. So we should do like a little competition. Me and you fly fishing for white bass, whatever the case may be. We can do it on the river. I think we might have a better
Let's put
chance.
a beer on it.
Ah, you bastard. Well, I might have to do a seltzer. Nah, man, this is Beer Fish Fanatics.
Seltzer.
I'll take a beer, man. Hey, I'm
Seltzer.
man enough. I'll take the paint. Oh, actually, man, the paint still sucks. But it's moderation. I'll do maybe one beer. I don't know if I can slam anymore, dude. I don't know if I can slam anymore. I'll have to pace it, and like I said, everything's in moderation at this point because, like I said, gout sucks, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
we can
don't
do that.
like I don't like slamming beer anyways.
There we go. We can do that. We can definitely put a beer on the line, and we'll do either. We can do like first fish, biggest fish, and most fish. 3.
Sure.
There we go. That will be a good play. And then we'll do fly fishing. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
But
I gotta dust off my old fly rod.
yeah, but no, I'm excited, man. I've been working on it. I have a new video I think coming out on the channel probably next week. I'll probably release it next week for sure. It's me fly fishing for some bait, and it worked. I caught a couple. I didn't one or two, and then just getting some large ones. So it was kind of fun, man. I'm getting a little bit better at it. Just still figuring out the follow through, man. I don't know if you know about that, but I guess there's a I should YouTube it a little bit more, but I believe there's like a specific follow through to make it land nicer or something like that. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Probably.
I need to practice on that a little bit more. So we'll see. Any other trips you got coming up, guy? That you think of or you're planning on?
Well, we talked about our down south trip already, right? Planning on
Um,
going.
I think so. I
We
think we
talked
met.
about it a little bit.
Yeah, we mentioned it. I think fishing kit myself. I think we confirmed we're gonna be meeting with the my in laws again from Denver. I think a couple of them, and we're gonna be doing because I confirmed with them too. They're all in, most of them, I think, and they'll meet us down south. We'll do a little trip, that we normally do, and hopefully, I think fishing kit's gonna take you can take a week or something. You're gonna be doing a little mini tour, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a tour. I'm
There
gonna
you go.
go target stripers and blue cats.
Nice. So stay tuned to this channel, guys. Make sure you guys check out Fishing Kids channel. Yeah, you should do like a montage video of it, like a week or 2 weeks, so whatever the case may be. If you doing that trip, it'd be kind of cool. Hopefully, if you catch a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do a series of videos or not. I'll just
Yeah,
because I gotta figure out my scheduling. I'm pretty loaded with videos. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna schedule everything.
it's all right. It's a good issue to have, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't filled out the rest of the year yet. I want to start posting ice fishing videos. Let me see. Let me look at my schedule, my video schedule. So I think I will want to publish my first ice fishing video on sometime in December, before Christmas for sure.
You should
Uh,
you should do it around Thanksgiving, eh?
yeah, but I don't want to run into a situation where I won't have any videos because we might not get
Oh,
ice
yeah.
until middle of January or something. Then I won't be have I don't have enough videos to fill Thanksgiving through December through middle of January.
Very true. Very true on that. So no, that definitely makes sense. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people posting up a little bit, and I think people are sick and tired of the heat right now. There's been a nasty heat wave, I think, all across America actually. Because when I was in Denver, bro, telling you, man, this shit was like blazing hot. Thank goodness they don't have humidity there like we do here. Cause boy, I don't think I was like, man, I was dying. But luckily, like I said, I had gout, so I stayed inside the AC most of the time. But yeah, I'm telling
The silver lining.
silver lining exactly. But I've seen a lot of people super excited about ice fishing already, and it's August. I'm like, that's kind of crazy. Think about it, but I think everybody's looking forward to that. So we'll see. We'll have to. You know what? What we'll actually do is we'll see if we can get some ice fishing guys on before the season starts. We'll talk to I think Saki Fishing is moving, I believe so. Everybody, make sure. I think he's doing a moving sale too. So I don't know whenever we release this video, make sure you guys check it out. Hopefully he's having a moving sale. So if you guys are interested in rods, lures, whatever, I don't know what he's got for sale. Do you know?
I think it's just through this weekend, so by the time this comes out, it'll be
Oh,
over.
gotcha. All right. Well, if you guys want anything else, make sure you guys check out Sean anyway. But he is moving, not far. I think he's just moving up north a little bit from here, from where they
Yeah,
live.
just like north of town or
Yeah.
north of where he's at, not terribly far, still in town.
Yeah, and we'll grab him before the ice fishing season start. We'll talk to him a little bit and everybody else. But we still got the fall bite. I'm hoping because we didn't really have a really good spring bite. I felt like it just went from winter to summer instantly. So I'm hoping we have a decent fall bite. Um,
I don't know what you're talking about. My spring was awesome.
well, see, but that's the thing. I think it went straight to summer for you, like for us weather wise, and you were just catching. Like I don't know.
Yeah. I was catching. I wasn't fishing. I was catching for a little bit there.
Yeah, you were. So, I mean, I don't know. For me, I think there's a lot of people that struggle like me, man. I don't know. I felt that way because everybody's like, man, spring sucked. Spring, there was no crappie spawn and blah, blah, blah. Everybody's like, it's been a rough spring and then it just went straight to summer. Felt like we got like
Mm.
2 weeks of spring at best. But I hope, like I said, hopefully the fall bite. Last fall was good for me, at least chasing the eyes. So
Last
that was,
fall, I don't think it was very good for me.
yeah. You said it. You were like, the heck. But then I think you made up for it for this year, this spring for sure. So that was
Oh
good.
yeah, I haven't even published the freaking banger of banger days.
Jeez, must be nice. But like I said, I'm excited. I think this weekend I might be chasing a different species that I haven't chased yet this year. So stay tuned. I don't want to, jinx myself and not catch anything and talk about it and then suck again. So hopefully I'm chasing something different this weekend. So we'll see how that does. I'll probably be chasing it with my fly rod too. I mean, conventional. I'll do a little bit of both. I like it. I don't mind it. I didn't even get out my casting rod out this year, which is weird. I don't know.
I didn't really get it out until I think we hopped on Ryan's boat a few weeks ago, and then
Hmm.
I was using my casting rod when I went to Wisconsin, and I used it a little bit more when we hopped back on Ryan's boat. Basically, it's been a boat affair for me.
This year?
Yeah, but I guess I do have one video where I'm using a casting rod and throwing spoons, catching some white bass.
There you go.
I still gotta edit that. I got a lot of videos to edit.
Must be nice.
Good problem. Good problem.
Great, Rob. Speaking of videos, did Butters went with you, right? Up to Wisconsin and everything? And
Yep.
how's he doing? Is he recording yet? Because hopefully he's listening to this. Are you recording? I hope you're recording. I mean, hopefully he's getting out there and getting his content built up. Yeah? No?
Yeah, he's recording.
Cool.
He hasn't started editing anything yet, though, I don't think.
Okay. So stay tuned to
I don't
that. Hopefully
yeah, I
he.
don't even know what his channel is gonna be, what it's called.
We'll get him on once he's ready to launch it. We'll do that. We'll
Yeah.
get him on. Get him nice and liquored up or beard up. It'll be fun.
It's g- yeah, he landed one fish in Wisconsin, I think. Or maybe two fish.
Nice.
Yeah, so he struggled just like me. I actually ended up catching 20 bass at the
Ooh,
end,
interesting. Not
but
bad.
they were not enough to make it into our derby. They didn't qualify in our derby.
Hey, but at least you didn't get skunked.
Yeah.
There you go, guy.
Ain't gonna
Oh,
lie, having a fish blow up on the frog is pretty dang cool.
that is pretty cool. So, I know we're not going to mention bodies of water, but I spoke with our buddy from down south, Ernesto, and he told me because, the fish that I ended up losing, and that fish was brought over from the other body of water that you're going to be fishing. He told
Oh,
me,
that's why they're in
and
there.
that's why they're that big because I told him the size. He saw the picture and I told him the size of it. He goes, well, for it to be that big, because he said the last time they stocked it with those original stripers was just recent, like maybe a couple years ago. He said, and he said by the size of that fish and and everything, he goes, they literally just brought a few. I think what do you call those fish? Like broads or something like that, bro. I don't know. I have to look.
Broads are chicks, you know.
Well, yes. Not broads. I think it. Oh, all right. We'll have to get him on the
Freaking
pod.
freaking brood, dude.
Brood.
Come
Oh,
on, man.
oh my God. What? Why do you just correct me? Why do you gotta?
Because I had to let you embarrass yourself for a minute.
Kid, I don't get embarrassed, man. I have enough self confidence, and I don't get embarrassed, guy. I mean, I really
Sure,
don't. I
sure.
don't. I mean, I get embarrassed a little bit, but I really don't because I don't know. But I don't know, man. That's how I'm learning. So now I know I'll call it broods.
Yeah.
But
Brood.
he did tell me broods were stocked there in May. So it was a
Mm.
month right before we went there. So he goes, "That's the ones you guys were that I."
So they just started stocking that lake with them too?
I don't know how much, but he looked at he because when I told him what happened, he said he looked it up. He goes, "Yeah, they brought it from the lake that you're gonna go for the blues. They brought it from there, the broods, in May to the lake that we're fishing at."
All
So
right.
he goes, "That's probably what you were catching at that size." I don't know how more. I'm crossing my fingers. He's gonna look at his schedule if he can meet us down there, so we can talk to him a little bit more about that. Maybe get an idea of what their mindset is of are they going to be doing that more often or not? You know what I mean, for that body of water, because
Yeah.
that would be pretty damn cool.
Yeah. Ernesto's pretty cool.
Yeah, he is. He's a cool cat. So
Yeah.
hopefully, I mean, and everybody cross your fingers. We can get him. He has amazing knowledge, and he's entertaining. But I think his knowledge base is definitely something that we would love to pick his brain a little bit more about for sure. And especially because Fishing Kit and myself, we go down to his location area quite a bit to fish. So it'd be kind of cool to kind of get a little 411 on everything, what's going on down there. And then he can kind of give us a little advice here and there because that was kind of, that was kind of cool information tidbits that he gave me. I'm like, oh, really? Just good info. I like to know. Interesting.
Mm. Yeah. Make sure he brings me a few broads too.
Oh, nice. Dude, you're going to get me killed on this episode, bro. Broods. Hey, man, I don't know, man. All right, it's broads. Broads, broods, my bad. Thanks, Kit.
English is hard, I guess.
Oh, jackass. All right, man. Other than that, hey, we need to get together. We need to figure something out. I was kind of looking at the schedule, guy. I'm thinking late September. Hopefully, we'll see. I don't know. It might be because we're going to be in down south already in September. It might have to be early October if we're looking to possibly still do a cleanup in central Iowa here. And I'll have to get with Fishing Kit, but I definitely want to make this happen and trying to make it once a year thing. So for BFF and our listeners and just people locally fishermen and just anybody who wants to help clean up the local fishing area that I think Fishing Kit and myself are talking we'll probably most likely do Saylorville this year, and we'll figure something out. So stay tuned, guys. We'll definitely give you guys a little bit more information. Come out, have some fun with us, maybe fish and maybe do some giveaways, and then just clean up a little bit because I know that place is pretty dirty. So we'll see.
It's other than downtown. Actually, I don't even know. Well, certain areas of downtown are pretty bad. But as far as public fishing areas, that's probably the worst.
I agree. So I mean, every little bit can help. There's a good fishery there. So I mean, let's try and keep it as clean as possible, and we can get out there and help. I'm pretty sure we'll have plenty of trash bags, and hopefully get a plentiful of people to help. So it'd be kind of nice to do that. So stay tuned on that. Anything else, Guy? Do you want to speak of? What's up?
I kept a wiper the other day.
Oh, how'd that go?
So we finally got into the wipers, a few wipers the other day, me and Ryan. That day when the shads were swimming towards the moon or whatever, I ended up hooking a wiper pretty deep. It wasn't in the gill, but as I was trying to unhook it and stuff, it was freaking out, and I think the hook popped out and then got underneath the gill, and then it started freaking out. I think it ended up ripping one of the gills, and because it was bleeding pretty bad.
Yeah.
And when I put it in the water, there was puffs of blood coming out. I'm like, okay, this fish ain't gonna make it, so I guess I got to keep it. I probably could have done a better job handling the fish, but it happens. I mean, it happens. And I cleaned it. What was it yesterday? And holy shit, they got a lot of red meat. I couldn't believe how much red meat that was. Did you see my post?
I saw your post. It didn't even look like a wiper. It looked like a whatchamacallit?
Like a, I don't know.
What has a lot of blood or a lot of red meat in it?
I think buffalo has a bunch of red meat.
Why was it so red? Do you know?
I guess that's just how they are.
Okay.
Well, you guys know I don't keep wipers that big. It was just short of 5 pounds. I weighed it before I cleaned it. And when I took it off the skin, flipped it over, I was like, holy shit, I didn't realize how much red meat they got because, like I said, I don't really keep wipers that big. I'll keep a 2-pounder or something. And when I filleted that fish, I was like, holy cow. I ended up trimming off all that red stuff. And yeah, it was crazy.
Well, I mean, okay. So just so red meat's edible. Don't get me wrong. You can eat it, but it makes it not taste as good. Correct?
Yeah, it doesn't taste good.
Yeah, it's edible. If you ask any of the OGs, they would just like, "What the hell are you doing? Are you wasting meat, dude?"
Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
they got the third world mentality, man. You don't waste meat.
very true. And then once you
Whether
cook the red meat, anyway, it turns to like what is it, like grayish, kind
yeah,
of
that
dark
dark
color.
gray,
Yeah,
the dark gray stuff.
it's just not that. It's not as tasteful, obviously, but yeah, I'm telling you, dude. OGs they would have kicked your ass. They'd have been like, "What are you
They like that
doing?"
stuff though.
Yeah, they do, but they've been like, "What are you doing? That's the best part of the fish. That's all the meat, man."
They probably would say that. I'm like, oh man,
Exactly. But no, you're right. No, once the wipers when they get to a certain size, you're right. It's a lot of it's a lot of that red meat on there, man. I mean, that's why mostly if you're gonna eat it that way. Oh, I don't know how did you end up? You filleted it, and how did you eat it? Just batter and fry,
it
or
is it is still soaking in salt water in my fridge
oh,
right now.
okay.
I might make spring rolls or something with it.
That
I don't
that
know.
that's what I was gonna say. That'll probably be your best bet to help the taste of it. I think, I guess, but yeah, I that's what we would do. Would probably just do fish wrap with it. I mean, just because you got so many herbs, so many different flavors that go along with to help kill that taste of that red meat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it still surprised me. As many of those fish I catch, I do not keep very many of them,
Yeah.
and I'll keep white bass and stuff. I'll keep smaller white bass, 1 maybe 2 pound white bass I'll keep.
Hmm.
But if it's a pound or so, I fillet it. I don't even trim off the red meat because it's not that much.
Hmm.
But man, I couldn't imagine a 10-pound fish. That red meat's probably like this thick on there.
Well, the people who do keep I don't know, man. Let us know if you keep the 10 pound. I mean, the only thing I can think of is you got to eat that meat. You're not gonna cut that all off because that's like half of the fish at that point, right?
Well, people cut that stuff off.
Even at that
It's like
size, it's
any other
such.
meat.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, it's such wasteful though. I mean, I don't know. I guess you're right. It's whatever they can do, whatever they want to do with it. I mean, it's within their right. But I don't know. I've never caught a
If
10 pound.
if
I never
they,
caught 10 pounds. So
well, I never cooked a 10-pound wiper. I've caught 10-pound wipers, never cooked one.
I don't know. Yeah, I've never caught one, so I can't cook one if I never caught one.
Mm.
So, not saying I would. Anyways, if I caught a double digit wiper, guaranteed I'm releasing it because I'd be too damn excited because that would be my PB. Honestly, I never caught a double digit one, so I'd be like, yep, I'll probably most likely letting this guy go. My PB. I'd be excited.
I I'll eat a striper that's 10 pounds though,
Why is that?
because I never ate one before.
Well, let's get one.
See, well, the thing is, the lake that I'm going to, there's I don't know what the size limit is, but it seems pretty big, so it's gonna be a pretty big fish. I want to say at least 5 pounds, if not bigger. I'll have to look at the regulations on what the minimum length is and try to look at some conversion chart, try to give a estimated weight. But it's a pretty big fish for the minimum because
Okay.
stripers in a landlocked lake isn't very common.
Nope.
So I think the limit's kind of big, like high 20s. I want to say it's like 28
Jeez.
inches of minimum or something.
That would be a big fish.
And that part, yeah, that's probably at least a 5 pound fish.
For sure, at least. Hey, you know
And
what?
if I don't like it,
It's only one way to find out. So, well, you got to catch it first. So, I hope you do, man, because I hope one of us does again. Well, my sister-in-law, she smoked us, everybody, last trip. So, I mean, that was even before we got there. So, she had to catch those broods.
yeah,
So,
spruce.
she probably caught all those. Hopefully one of us gets on it again. Hopefully, I redeem myself. I mean, that was, yeah, hopefully. I mean, hopefully I catch one in my lifetime again. That wasn't my one and done deal. Hopefully, I hope not.
If I don't catch any at the lake that we're all hanging out at,
Uh-huh.
hopefully I can catch it where they're getting these brood stock from.
There we go. Well, like I said, hopefully we get the man that knows the information down there, and we'll talk to him a little bit about that, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Should be stay tuned to us. I think we're doing that in September, guys. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We'll try to get an episode recorded down there. Last time we tried to get an episode recorded, beverages got in the way. So we'll see if we can. Since it may be a seltzer, primarily seltzer trip. For most of us, we'll see if I can we can get an episode recorded down there this time. So we'll see what we can do for you guys on that. It'll be fun, man. And then I think that's about it. You going fishing today, right, guy? You going?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know. Well, I'm going fishing. I'm just not sure what we're targeting.
Gotcha.
I think me and Bo are gonna go out a little bit later, try to catch probably white bass, wipers, catfish.
Okay. Well, let me know how you do. We'll see. And stay tuned, everybody. We'll see if we can grab Bo on. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Why don't you guys go fish? Let me know how you guys do. We'll do a mini recap if we get a chance to grab Bo. Haven't talked to him in a while, and see how things are going for him. I know he's been trying to get out and fish a lot if he could. I know his life's going to be changing here pretty soon, so he better get out and fish as much as he can, my friend.
Yeah, he's a busy guy, redoing the house. He's having a baby soon, and they had some stuff going on last week in their family.
For sure.
So
we'll see. Anything else, guy?
Not that I can think of. Hopefully I catch some fish tonight. I think we're gonna try to cook fish out there too.
Okay.
So that'll be fun.
Keep if you catch. Well, you catch crappies. Keep some for me. So I have I have like a catfish in the freezer. I'm gonna cook here pretty soon, and then I got some fillets left over, some white bass fillets I caught, and then been craving crappie for some damn reason. So I don't know if you have any luck catching crappies. If you do, let me know, brother. I'll swing by.
I'm not really gonna target crappies. So.
I know you won't.
Don't need bait.
Oh, how's your bait going? Bait tank. Before we end the night, how's your bait tank going, guy?
There is no bait in there currently.
Uh-oh. Fill it up.
But I haven't had a one casualty yet, so that's something. And the water's crystal clear. Water's still crystal clear. Well, probably because there's no fish in there. That's why it's clear. But I need to put fish in there soon before all my bacteria die because they're gonna starve.
Gotcha.
I guess technically, I could. It might sound gross, but put pee in a cup and then put it in there because the fish pee in the water and the bacteria eat it.
No, you're right. It's
right, technically.
I don't know about human urine though, or is it the same?
The bacteria don't care. It's not like I'm gonna drink that water.
All right. So this episode, we're gonna title this "Fishing Kit Pees in His Bait Tank."
Should I pee in my bait tank?
That's the thing. We'll label this one. Should Fishing Kit pee in his bait tank? Question mark. Well, if you do it, let me know.
I'll probably just put some old bread or chips or something in there.
There you go, guy. Too funny, dude.
I probably won't pee in there.
Just pee in it. Just do it. What's the difference? All right, man. If you got nothing else. Anyways, everybody, you guys listened to this far. Appreciate. Been seeing a lot of reviews. Because I guess Spotify, you guys can click on the reviews now too. So appreciate that. Please do set a review for us. Much appreciate that. Same thing with the iTunes listeners. Haven't seen too much people leave reviews for a while there. So if you guys can, if you listen on iTunes, feel free to leave a review. And don't forget, go check out Mr. Fishing Kit's YouTube channel. He posts his videos every Wednesday. And he catches some pretty cool fish, guys. Pretty much fish with stripes, catfish. This guy catches everything. So make sure you guys go check out the channel there. Don't forget, check out My Pot Fishing. I do videos every 2 weeks because that's the only time allowed for me. But, hey, at least I can commit to that. So, is what it is. But other than that, guys, appreciate you guys listening to this far. Stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. So, till next time, guys.
All right. See you, everybody.